But you know, there are a lot of things that don't set me off. I don't get that upset over it too much. But one thing that really gets me riled up are people spreading what's not true about reverse mortgages. And those are people who are not schooled in the subject and actually go about hurting others by spreading their ignorance. Now, I read stories like this almost every week on the internet, on Google, on whatever. It's just crazy. You know, we don't have enough people writing back. But I read this once. I couldn't help it. I have to talk about it. I really don't want to get into too much negative stuff. But this just blew me away. So we're going to talk about it for a little while. This was republished by an entity, it was on Google, republished by an entity that really should know better. And that's Realty.com. Shame on Realty.com. Anyway, it was called Reversal of Fortune, and I really do like that name. And anyway, Reversal of Fortune, the mortgage mistake that could cost one woman her longtime home. This was written by Mary Shanklin. And she did this after learning nothing at all that she's talking about. So I'm going to have Mary join us here in a minute so she can at least, defend herself. So apparently this woman who owns this house has had decades of experience in real estate. I don't think so. And she expects to lose her home at an auction this month. And the reason, the culprit, is a reverse mortgage. So her husband had taken out a home, I'm reading from the article, taken out a home equity conversion mortgage, as the federally backed loans are called, on the couple's 4-bedroom Orlando area home, tucked away. You notice how she's got to give this description. Tucked away on a quiet street. So it's not near Mickey Mouse or Universal Studios. So that's supposed to make a big difference here. And here's an outrage that she says. Like more than 1 million other older U.S. homeowners, me included, where's my finger? Me included, have traded the ownership of the 2,000 square foot property and any equity for cash to pay out outstanding debts. That's ridiculous. Okay, this is not an equity share program, okay? What you pay is what you've used. You, nobody else. Ownership does not change hands. This person is crazy. Oh, no. I must show respect. This person doesn't know what they're talking about. And since she doesn't, I'm going to ask her to join us so I can ask her why. Hold on a minute now. Let's see. There she is. Okay. Now, let me ask her. And what was... Oh, Mary. Yes, Mary. Can you please tell us what made you say such totally untrue items about a reverse mortgage? Please, you've got all the time you want. Okay, listen. I'm listening. I don't hear much. Okay, she says, and you can agree with this, right? She says they believe they would be able to remain in their home until their deaths. This is a total malicious, I won't call it lie, a malicious untruth, okay? So, tell me, why did you write that? Huh? You know that a HECM doesn't take ownership or future equity from you unless you're spending the equity. So you took the equity, if that was true. And it's not always true. So I'm going to give you another minute here to talk to the audience, okay? So tell them your opinion, and I can even get out of the way. No? So you know you're wrong? Is that it? You understand that? Okay. In that case, I'll let you go, and you can go, you can go sulk in the corner, but hopefully someday you'll apologize in public and come back and tell us the truth. Bye-bye. All right. Can you have a foreclosure with a reverse mortgage? Yes, you can. Okay? If you don't pay your taxes. Now, what if you don't have any loan at all on your property? You're going to be in trouble. If you don't pay your taxes, you could lose your home. And if you don't pay your insurance, okay? If you don't pay your insurance, you're going to be in trouble also. So there's nothing new here. And it's just so ridiculous when I hear people say the kind of things. Well, you saw her. She was, she had nothing to say. But anyway, what is said here in this article is that her husband passed away 6 years ago. The bank came a-calling, and the foreclosure notices began. Now, just like in that movie, Come Hell or High Water? No, it ain't gonna happen that way, but it was a good movie. The problem was that the couple agreed to take Sharon, that's the woman, I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna say her name, but I won't say her last name, off the title of the house when lender said it was the only way the loan could be approved. Okay, here's the story on that. Back then, I'm taking it that this was several years ago. That was the case, but that didn't mean you were going to lose your home, all right? So what happened well before this situation happened is that the FHA was sued. They changed the rules altogether so that in this case, it would have been a non-borrowing spouse, because I'm taking it for granted. Although it doesn't say that here. It doesn't say anything about this, and it should. The wife was probably underage. Now, legally, you can have a reverse mortgage if you're 62, if your wife is 18. You're probably not going to last too long, but, so be it. The thing is that this was true. You were supposed to come off title. Those laws were changed, and subsequently, if you were off title, you had 90 days to put yourself on title. So why didn't you do that? And since then, for about the last year and a half, you go on title just like nothing ever happened. So no, none of this is true. And I have personally been involved in many cases exactly like this, never had a problem, and everything is fine. But, she goes on to say that this illustrates one of the pitfalls of the reverse mortgage, which is the pitfall is an uninformed person that doesn't know what they're talking about, which has long been a controversial product that some finance experts warned could leave the elderly in worse financial shape. Well, you got to really show me how it's going to do that. And I guess we did decide on one. Take the money and go to Las Vegas and gamble. It's not a pitfall of anything except a demented, selfish mind that writes articles about what she knows nothing about. Many financial experts, the ones that know anything about the subject, even Nobel Prize winners in economics, recognize the great value of this product. And this may be one of the craziest items in the article, but the loans must be paid off before the owners named on the deed sell their residence, move, or die. Okay. That means that if I know I'm going to die from a heart attack the day after tomorrow, that I have to pay the loan off tomorrow before I die. No, I don't think so. Now, if she knows who's going to die when, then maybe this Mary Shanklin can become very famous. We'll have her back on the show. But here's one more example of that. And this is like the last line here in this article. Whatever you do, get an attorney to read over everything before you agree to the terms. Well, I think you should do that no matter what kind of contract you're signing. And the only time you sign a contract's at the very end. But okay, that's good advice. And then says that a reverse mortgage may sound like a good situation, but make sure your name is on the deed. Well, how are you going to get a loan without your name on the deed? I'd bring her back to answer that, but I don't think she's got an answer for it.